Does that change anyone's opinion of chat? Want to talk shit about chat while they're not watching it?
They are all wonderful people, and the main reason why I still play this game.
Oh yeah, if I was doing it by myself, it wouldn't last too long.
Right.
I love TEPPEN.
We all love TEPPEN. That's why we're still here. I think we're all good. I got Iowa's portrait in there. Iowa is here, but I can't see chat myself, so I need to bring up.
Have the chat open.
Yeah, I need to do that. Okay. All right. So this is episode 7 of the EX podcast. We are hype for May, hopefully. I put that in there. May hype ?
Hopefully, assuming some changes come in.
Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I was thinking about bringing up as a discussion topic was like, what could they do to reignite the flames of hype among the cast here? So that might be a good way to start up the discussion with some optimism. And I mean, I guess one thing I've been talking about is the idea of creating a core 2. And like just kind of starting from scratch again and not introducing any new mechanics. And I'll stick to it. Core 2. You can sort of give, even if each color only has its like what do you call it? If they focus a lot of Ascension stuff on black, if they focus a lot of growth stuff on green, if they can like support them all on the same level of power creep, it would be interesting to see how it plays out. Although purple would still have memory, which
Yeah. Bit of a problem.
Yeah, for that I think we need like would need a big sweeping rebalance, because that idea of pushing everything up to be as strong as the strongest things right now is just gonna be kind of more insufferable, right? Like, the things are so strong right now is because there's no answers. They appear and you lose, and there's no actual back and forth or interaction going on. So, if we make everything as strong as Valstrax, everything as strong as X Hunters and Mavericks memories, it's really just as it is right now, who draws the best stuff, instead of like, that's always been there. Drawing better is definitely gonna put you in an advantage, but there's always been kind of ways to play around it, and there's just too much stuff. Like, power creep is too strong now. There's no ways to play around something just coming out and kind of shitting on you. So pushing everything up to the level of what's really strong now is just not going to be fun.
It's going to create mayhem.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard right now because there's, I don't know, it seems like with every new card set, they add a new layer of RNG to go with it. And, it just keeps going up further and further. And I don't know if they can really dial it back at that point, for my viewpoint anyway. It just seems like they're just going further and further down that slope, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it encourages, newer players to, try the game out because they actually have a chance to win if they get to, draw what they need to draw. It's just a little deterring for people that have been playing much longer.
I definitely feel that. I feel like the only way to stand tall as Jill right now is to do what Wrath is doing.
Yeah, but you're definitely not going to do it as consistently as a Wrath.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easier for Wrath to set up.
I can go right out of the gate and just start attacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like to preface like a lot of my, because I do have a lot of complaints about the game right now, and it's definitely not because I'm losing, because I've been playing X since day one, so I'm used to losing. It's just it's such a hopeless feeling of losing and unfun playing of losing. Like, this is the worst this game has ever been for me was when Big Resonate was such a big thing, and it was just you lose for playing. You know, you get punished for playing, you get punished for not playing, and that was alleviated a bit with Ascension, and that was nice for like 2 months. And now we're in this memory phase, Denjin phase, just powering everything up off the board so there's no real interaction, and then it appears and you lose, and it's just really unfun. So it's not the losing part, it's just the lack of any back and forth. It's the lack of, they don't care what you're playing and they don't care what they're playing. It's just solitaire.
So we need more interaction between this. What if we could limit the? I think their action chain thing that was on Skullduggery, where it's like if it goes up to 3, that kind of mechanic is underutilized.
There's a lot of really good mechanics that they put in this game that are underutilized in favor of the brain dead ones. It's like I understand you need to have the simple things because you don't want everything to be complicated, but when the simple thing just 100% to dominate thinking, why do anything that requires thinking?
Right.
Yeah. What about do we have we have Iowa. What is it?
I really do enjoy decks that limit interaction. For me, those are the decks I usually flock to. Like, that was how it was for a lot of the games that I played. Like in Magic, I would just play a bunch of aggressive decks and then just beat my opponent out because they can't do anything. Like, some solitaire decks are kind of my flavor.
But
But I also enjoy control, because in Magic the Gathering, I played very control-heavy decks. Well, I guess that's kind of like solitaire. It's just that you don't allow your opponent to do anything, and then you just throw a big win condition. But yeah, Teppen definitely needs some more interaction.
I think that works very well and is less infuriating in a turn-based game. I don't think that's really works in something that's trying to be more action and timing-based.
I agree. Like, we definitely need more attrition-based stuff and not, having very overly powered cards. I think Teppen would benefit if they implemented cards that have counter in them.
Yeah, I would say, because compared to a turn-based game, like, you have your turn, you have your time to think about it, you make your play, but then when you get into something with Teppen, right, like with Resonate, do you take your chance and trying to stop it, or do you just buff them more? Do you do nothing and then they're just going to get buffed more anyway? So it's just in turn-based, you take your turn, you do what you need to, whereas in Teppen you can be punished for doing anything and then also punished for doing nothing. So it's just feels really bad. It's extra unenjoyable. It starts, if I had to compare it to fighting games, it's just like feels really inconsistent. Like, it feels like a consistent unblockable, right? And it's like, why am I even trying to play this if I'm just going to get hit with an unblockable? I guess I have to play the thing that also does an unblockable, and then it's just boring. It's very boring.
I never thought about it that way.
It's very different than taking a mix-up, taking an unblockable. And all this non-interactivity feels like unblockables.
Long combos where you don't get to play.
That's true.
Oh,
it's
Zero's good at
Marvel.
those.
Zero's good, yeah.
One-touch kills.
Yeah, what about this idea? And Timo in the chat says that gives up charge shot X being simple and straightforward as like a benefit, but then it's sort of like too simple and straightforward, but it still has its good matchups.
Yeah, it's just rewarded too much. Like, simple, unthinking plays are rewarded way too much in this game. in the current meta right now.
All the top tiers in Teppen are GGAC Eddie. I don't even know what that is. Guilty Gear, Animal
Gear.
Crossing, Eddie.
Eddie from Tekken and
Sure.
Guilty Gear Animal Crossing.
Mhm.
It's really good, dude.
Yeah. I mean, to that effect, it's about what Timo said, being simple, straightforward. I mean, everyone's playing for one specific win con at this point. There are very few decks out there that have multiple plans in mind. I guess you could argue Jill has multiple plans just because of the fact that she has multiple legendaries she can buff. But for a lot of other decks, it's just like, well, this one card needs to win, and if it doesn't, then I probably lose. So it is pretty basic in that regard, and there's a lot of decks that work that way right now, especially the Ouroboros ones. But to that effect, like, they also feel like a gimmick, right? Where it's kind of like all in or nothing. But that's the logic that Big Resonate always had, right? Like, they have a Big Resonate card, and they just keep resonating, and if they get removed, then you probably lose because you spent so much effort trying to get that set up. But yeah, I mean, like, there's just aren't that many decks that have a different strategy that deters from their main game plan, right? Like, Denji Ryu is very basic. Just erase the board and then burn the hero. The Noah Ryu's always been the same, but he's like kind of a spread, right?
Yeah, I
But-
think it's really easy to kind of control Ryu's efficacy because it's just like it's all dictated by numbers. If it's too strong, lower the numbers. It's not like utility is really hard part to balance.
I think Denjin does need to get nerfed though.
Really?
I don't know if they're gonna do it. Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up next. Denjin's one of those ones. On the other end, it's really hard to balance. I feel like if they gave Red any form of mana ramp that was like close to generous, I think that it would push Denjin into this dangerously strong category of like non-interactivity.
It's
I mean,
just too easy to wipe out the board right now.
Yeah, it's
Even right now, it's just not interactive.
yeah. I mean, that's kind of where Denjin is right now, right? It's very non-interactive, right? You just either you draw the right things to build the right AP to board wipe, or hope they don't rush you down fast enough. We're in a very there's very actual units exchanging blows in the meta right now.
Huh. It's interesting because
Right.
I think I've, at least in a few of our episodes since this card set, I've brought up Denjin, and it seemed like everyone was kind of like, it's okay. Until now. What changed?
For Denjin,
Yeah.
the reason why it's so strong right now is because you can play so many more actions to trade with the minions that you see. So like today I faced against a Akuma Raging Demon, and they would play like a 3 MP gate. And at that point I could play like 2 Chain Fist, 1 Trusted Miss Suspicion, and then just like take him out. And then they would play another gate, and then by that time I could play like a headshot. And then because I was like, basically delaying the MP time, I would be able to use Calamitous Eruption for 4 memory and then just take out that gate. So a lot of these actions right now, mana for mana, I can make equal trades and then stop my opponent from actually doing anything. Now, when I do that, that also means that I'm getting AP towards my hero art. A Denjin player will usually win their game off of just 2 Denjin triggers to just face burn the opponent. However, the Denjin decks do have the ability to go to a 3rd Denjin if needed. It's just usually not necessary. Also, Leon, the new legendary, I'm not talking about Agents of Memories. I'm talking about the Laser Leon. Laser Leon.
Better than
Yeah, he's kind of like X Hunters or Mavik's Memories in like one, because when you drop him down and you have 2 dungeon triggers on him, for each unit he's killing, he's dealing 6 damage usually, and you can't interact with that. So it's kind of like a pseudo Exodia, if you will. I actually kind of think that Denjin, in a sense, is probably the best deck in this meta. I just don't think that a lot of people have taken up to it.
It's top tier for sure.
It's really interesting because when this whole thing dropped, we saw all these tools that Denjin was getting. First thing I thought was like, oh shit, man, Denjin's gonna be jacked. And there were some people that were playing it and doing pretty well with it, but it still felt like maybe just because Zero was posing such a huge threat all around. But now it feels like Denjin is a problem. That's just because people are playing it more? They figured it out?
It's just really.
I think just Denjin players are kind of adjusting to just putting in less units, right? Because now we had a month of realizing you're probably better off with less units in your deck. Having units in your deck is pretty bad.
Well, to be honest with you, we would play units if Zero Exodia didn't exist. If Zero Exodia didn't exist, Denjin would play more units.
Yep.
But because Zero Exodia exists, we've opted for less units, so that allows us to beat that matchup. And we do fine in all of the other matchups too. I can't really think of a bad matchup that we have.
Me, Jill.
Possibly green. I don't know. I feel like the X Resonate player has to run a lot of hero shields, and they stopped doing it for some reason. But hero shields are really good against Denjin, and just shields in general, of course. But it's still hard to beat an incendiary device that does like 15 damage after like a minute or two. What a dumb deck, man.
And you play 2 of them.
So dumb.
Certainly 3 MP.
Shouldn't be doing that much damage, but whatever.
Yeah, the secondary device could easily cost like 4 or 5. Like,
sure. I mean, the fact they can wipe out X Hunters at only 3 MP is pretty absurd.
I mean,
I think Negate's a better card than Incendiary Device. What do you think?
Negate? Yeah. That's the problem, though. I think Exodia's only run so many negates, and they're not running that much anymore for some reason.
They're running
The one I just played, they were running 5 of them.
5 of them?
Yeah.
I mean, 5 makes sense because there's not really whole lot of units going on.
yeah, dude, detonate's stronger than negates for sure. Incendiaries, though, I don't know.
It's I definitely have not been a fan of the card design moving to this card is 100% built for one hero art in mind and just does not work in anything else.
Yeah.
And we've been getting a lot more of those, right? Like Incinerate is only good in Denjin and there's no reason to ever play it. Same with like all the green resonates. They did that purely for Charge Shot X. Those cards are pretty useless in every other deck. I think that's their right way of balancing the hero arts, and it doesn't feel like a smart way to balance the hero arts is by just printing cards that push them over the edge.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I think that the best course of action for them is to just blow everything up, start over, core 2. Hey guys, game. But I think we mentioned that before. They would need like some other like game mode in order to not, say, hey, every card now you spent money on, tossing it.
So Core 2 would replace Core 1 in your opinion, or in your mind?
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it'd just be like you'd be able to go to ranked with basic and Core 2, and I'm trying to think if Core 1 could also be in there too. It would at least, I'm trying to think how they could do that, because it would remove a lot of cards from players, so people might feel like, oh man, we're getting gimped. We're getting weaker. So how could they supplement that and not slow the game down, quote unquote? I don't know. But it would give some chance to like not have one mechanic power creep another. And it would take a lot of cards that are problematic right now. Like even in this 2v2v2v2 that we're talking about for this weekend, it's like there's a lot of cards we had to ban or limit because they just run away with it. So that would give them the opportunity to be like, all right, we're just gonna forget about these cards for now and start anew without having to issue a lot of balance changes. Like if they wanted to keep them, the amount of balance changes they'd have to do are gonna be absurd.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I don't know what they're even going to consider changing.
Yeah, we have a hero for additional hero for every color. They could add a new color. They could start over from red. They could do a bunch of hero art balance changes and balance changes and balance changes, and that would be fun for me. But I'm not sure.
Change would be nice.
What is
Okay.
chat saying here?
Oh, I don't know.
Red has always had more damage options than other colors, defensive options. That's why I like Jill versus X 2v2. Ayy. Putting in so many shields and still losing.
We lost because of bad plays on our part. Like that's still in Green's advantage, regardless of all the damage. I mean, with the exception of Denjin at this point, but that's just kind of overtuned. That's if you have a lot of trouble with red as green outside of Denjin, you're just misplaying.
Bring more shields. Just take more shields.
Add more shields to the card set. Compensate.
God. Any more suggestions on what Gung Ho could do in this upcoming set to re-inspire the people?
Add a new element to the board.
New element like what?
I don't know, like trap cards. Created my trap card kind of deal.
So like a card that gets played and is upside down, or you can't see it, you only see the back of it.
Correct.
Huh.
And then you don't know what it is until you interact with it.
And then also another thing they could do is they could add like just like another element to heroes. Like instead of just having the hero art, what about like some type of static ability like a passive?
I can't imagine who would want to add hero passives.
Passives, woo! Let's go, boys. Give me the third
Cool.
pocket.
Would make a lot more heroes interesting all of a sudden because there's a lot of stuff that isn't being played right now.
Yeah, I think that would make it more distinct other than the hero art when you pick like a color. It's just like, oh, the problem's like purple. It's like, well, what hero arts do they have? And beyond that, there's nothing really to the heroes. And I know it's distinguishing enough, but you can't help but compare like, okay, what are the damaging hero arts under purple? You look at like Shadowblade versus fucking Rakohan. It's just like, why would I ever play Shadowblade? But if she had a passive that was interesting to you, then you'd be more tempted to play that rather than just jump to zero. So.
Yeah, they could do a lot with that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think they could do a lot with not that much. Like they don't have to add a new hero if they're going to add something like passives or make a big shift in balance.
I do think a big, massive like sweep of balance would be very helpful. I consider it to compare it to fighting games when people start getting burnt out on a meta in that like it's usually if you just get small tweaks, it's still kind of unexciting. But when you have like a huge, you look at Dragon Ball, everyone's excited about Dragon Ball Season 3, just it touched everything in the game. And then also adding more mechanics while keeping the core game. as well. Not necessarily like specifically card mechanics, but just different things within the game, similar to I think to what like Iowa was mentioning, could be good.
I was gonna say, what's the version number of Teppen right now? Is it still like 1 point something? Be like, it could just be like 2.0 and have a bunch of changes.
I think we are in like 2.
2.3.0? Damn it.
Yeah.
I think we are.
Version 3.0, dude.
There is one thing that I had a viewer, Red Catman, suggest for Teppen, and I actually really liked it a lot. Even though Pygmalion decided to like at me a couple times in different places and say that, hey, I don't agree with you, and I was like, all right, cool. Pygmalion's still cool.
Is he
any case,
though? Is he?
Yeah, I like Pig. He is not afraid to speak his mind, which I'm totally cool with that.
Sure.
It was just interesting getting added in the Jill channel for just
Okay.
yeah. In any case, the suggestion that Red Catman made was, what if we just had hero art points like cap, so you couldn't stockpile them? I think that would hurt a lot of control decks.
What if we just had what?
So hero art points, art points. What if
Yeah.
we just capped it? So like, if you got to 16 AP, you either use it or you stop right there. You can't gain any more AP. So you have to use it at that time, or you have to forfeit like any gaining of AP points. You can't just stockpile like multiple hero arts.
People watching me playing Genesis today, dude, that would not happen. I would not be playing that deck anymore. Sometimes you get to the end of the game and it's like 70 AP, dude, let's go.
Yeah, it would hurt. It would hurt green decks, especially because they have so many arts that rely on units. So if you play a unit just to get enough AP, and you don't get it off in time, right?
Who cares? No one cares about green, so just do it.
Whoa.
To make it fun for other colors at this point.
The man in the green frame shitting on green.
It's easier for
I
easier
don't
for,
need
like,
it.
red decks
Gung
to
Ho
do it.
does all the shitting on green for us.
anything that would make wouldn't that just make Dungeon like the best art in the game?
Shit.
Because
I don't know, they
it's
hold
like,
on to Denjin sometimes.
they can, but I'm just saying, if you were forced to use your art as soon as you have enough AP for it, that makes Dungeon super strong, because there's no condition for using it.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the
Whereas-
other thing, right? Like, you can end up
Got
in
every
really
level.
bad. That'd be a huge nerf to antibody. I don't have my
Yeah,
3 explorers. This is
exactly.
fun.
Yeah, dude, he's sitting on that. I mean, I already load up my deck with enough to make it pretty consistent, but
I would think one way you could probably do that is have it be a universal cap, so not like you are capped at your hero arts AP cost, because I think that's potentially too big of a hit to the lower cost ones. But like if you had it like a cap of 30 AP, that could work a lot better in
That's
that
not bad.
situation.
cap at 50 I can see being okay.
Cap at 50.
It's
That's
a little high.
Pretty rare.
40.
I've seen plenty go past 40.
I mean, I've seen it happen, but I don't think that's like normal enough to even set that as a cap to the point where it would matter.
I hate playing against Dark Destruction when they're just sitting on like 50 AP, and I'm like, man, they can just go to the end of the game and be like, this is dead, this
It's
is
like, why
dead,
should I
this
put
is
any
dead.
down?
A 0 with 48 AP is pretty much a death sentence for the next few minutes.
Everything's
That's why I
dead.
think in my head 30 comes to mind, because that stops those specific hero arts that it's just like I can't put anything down because they just have like 3 of them stacked up, right? Like you can't have 2 DD stacked up with that. You can almost have 2 Rikohas, which is still ridiculous that you can almost have 2 Rikohas.
2 antibodies pog. And if you don't have your 3 explorers by then, man, you got some problems. It means you're tossing Claire's left and right.
I don't usually see, like, watching a lot of Chris, like, it happens sometimes, but I don't usually see him go above 30 AP with Uro. It happens a bit with Raging Demon, but I think that's probably one of the problems that needs to be fixed anyways, is just saving it for Raging Demons. And just knowing that you can't really put anything down of value. Not that Raging Demon's a huge problem, but...
Huge problem. Get rid of it. Nerf.
I mean, even with the gimmick Ouroboros decks, if you can get your Kami up with Rebirth and then Malice a few times, and there's no rush to Ouroboros right away. So they even Kami Ouros save until they get like all the revive cards out. And if they can copy, then they might use Oro to spam the board, but they don't have to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other hero arts that would be limited by that. Too much saving on... I mean, it'd be interesting to try out.
You would be able to, if it's at 50, you'd be able to save 2 Gaia armors, and you don't want that.
Yes, yes you do, dude. I'd like to see them try different stuff, even if they're like shifting the game around a lot. I kind of don't care. I mean, one game that like every time I came back to it is like vastly different was Warframe, and they were not afraid to try like a lot of different stuff, and it doesn't work, they can always fix it later. But like, it's kind of exciting to be like, well, I've been gone for a few months. Well, shit's way different now. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that kind of atmosphere? If they were to make like, instead of like minor changes here and there, what if they were to just do like huge shifts back and forth?
Aren't they ready for that?
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean, what if like there's a lot of complaints that the balance changes that they do make are like very modest. They're like small changes and they only hit a few things. What if they were to react more often and do like kind of huge shifts?
So here's the thing about balance changes. If they balance change cards, they're actually I'm not saying that they look towards money, but I'm saying that it would affect their margins. Because the thing about balance changes is usually with digital card games, they provide soul refunds. So if they ever have to, readjust the card, what essentially will happen is that card can be refunded for full, and then they could, use that towards like another card in the game, for example. So ideally, I think their heart's in the right place. Like they'll adjust cards that need to be done here and there. But I think if they, uptuned that and did heavier changes, I think that would be, unideal for them and something that could be avoided. Because then it would make it so that, people would have this like really weird phase for a card game. Because I don't think that other card games do that, where they just make really big changes and then have soul refunds happen a lot. You know what I mean?
Then what about what Timo and Gucci are saying, which is kind of like maybe make the sets last longer and make like a public test period?
PTR. I don't know. I don't know if they'd ever do that.
Make cards
But they do need more
tradable. No.
There is one thing I have in mind is this might be a terrible idea, but I've been seeing like Overwatch, and Overwatch, it was really interesting to see how they do their rank seasons. But essentially what they do is they just ban heroes from rotation. So if you're playing into the rank ladder, the meta will change because like these X few heroes will be for that season, and the next season it'll be like a different ban of heroes.
Band Zero. I like it already. Print. Print it, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they just need to do more balances more often. I mean, heading into this month, I'm still wondering why they didn't do any changes, because they had a very good chance to do changes, and they didn't do anything. And but Iowa brings up a good point about Soul Exchange, and that might be a good reason why they're not doing any balance changes right now. And it's also a good reason why they're only nerfing older cards instead of brand new cards in the brand new sets. Because with the brand new set comes packs that they give out, and people open those packs and they might find, you know, cards that were just recently nerfed, and then they get a lot more souls back in turn. I'll go ahead and take the tinfoil hat off on this one, but I think there might be a correlation here that we didn't realize.
Money.
Well,
I mean, why else wouldn't
I
they nerf
personally-
you know, that stuff? right
another
away?
thing about, I'm sorry to interrupt. You were saying?
No, it's all good. You're good.
Oh, okay. So, you know, I personally don't think it's money, although it is like definitely an element. I think, you know, just like everything else, it could be like multiple variables. But another variable I'm thinking about, hold on. Another variable I'm thinking about is maybe it could be also just like the integrity of the game, because they want the competitive players to be well adjusted to like whatever meta it is. I think they try to like keep each meta the same as it should be, kind of thing. You know, because if they change the meta or they balance cards, then that's like a whole new meta that competitive players have to learn.
I can't fully agree with that, just because we did get those purple nerfs in the middle of the Chun meta without any tweaks to Chun.
Right.
I remember
like
that.
all the ascension cards didn't get nerfed, right? Like they waited another month for Soul to do his thing, and then they nerfed it.
Do his thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I think most of what is going on with this current card set is interesting apart from Zero. I think we have some elements that are healthy. I think the whole thing that's going with Denjin, where it was like everyone had their eyes on it at the beginning, and then it kind of went away, and then is coming back now. That's kind of an interesting idea, and that's what people. That's what I like about TDA. So people, you know, Ryu was concerning at the start, and then kind of like hushed, and then came back. But the whole Zero thing, I think they should be a little bit more proactive in nerfing that, because we could have something more interesting with this card set, but we have this one hero who's just objectively superior to a lot of other ones. So I just want to say that they're I think most of what's going on is healthy, but the Zero thing I feel like is just like kind of strangling the current set.
Similar to last meta with Yon, you only need one really unhealthy thing to kill everything.
It's true.
If you can't social distance away from the broken thing, everyone's gonna get infected.
Whoa, spreading infection, dude. Ceasefire. Fuck it.
So I one thing in terms of what I was saying about like banning heroes, I think one major difference in that is Overwatch is a team game. Inherently, you're not going to have character specialists as strong in that kind of game, because you do have to be able to adapt to multiple characters. Not to say that that's bad in this game, but it's still a 1v1, and locking people out of a character that they spent their time in is a bigger thing than in a team game where it's a 5v5. Generally, in something like a fighting game, it's really big thing to ban. I know this still isn't a fighting game, but just that one-on-one aspect, if we're comparing it to Overwatch, there is a good amount of a difference.
Right.
So pro or anti-ban Zero?
I mean, if they just changed Zero when they had the chance, I don't know. Maybe things would be different now, but again, it's just like the wait and see approach and not nerfing as much after 1 month. I don't know. I feel like if they just start doing changes every month instead of every 2 months, things might get more interesting.
I think if they
definitely
did it like every like dry season, whenever we have like a month where there's no new card set, if they like decided to make a little adjustment here and there, that'd be cool. Sorry, I interrupted you, Thirsty.
No, I understand the wait and kind of let things play out type of situation. You don't want knee-jerk balancing. That can get really bad. Mortal Kombat did that a lot, and it's just that game. I know from a lot of players, it was just kind of really difficult to play because it's like, why practice anything if it's just going to keep being changed? But there's just certain things that just, I mean, I still do not understand how Rikoha came out, like released the way it is. I don't
Yeah.
understand that, and then not having any changes is just kind of crazy. Like, obviously, there's certain things you do have to let play out and see how it goes because everything can seem broken immediately. But there are certain things that just, it was the same with Yawn, right? When we saw Ascension, it's like, that's going to break Yawn. When everyone can tell the second you post the data that it's going to be broken, and then it comes out and it's broken, it's kind of worrisome.
It was a shame because we knew the effects of the hero arts first, and that already had me sweating. I was like, we didn't even know the AP costs yet, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this better be expensive.
Yeah, like the day they announced the AP for Zero, it was like, why is this so cheap?
I remember freaking out in a bad way. It was like, oh god, 16? Inner demons,
well,
14?
maybe memory's going to be difficult to get, and then get max launch like 30 seconds in.
It was, say, 2 weeks later, it's like a minute in the game. Oh, X Hunters.
Yeah.
Sure.
All you had to do is watch one match of Purple playing Resonate to know 10 memories is not. I mean, that's even 4 memories is good enough. That makes that hero art disgustingly good.
Yeah, 4. Just 4 to
Again,
make
like I don't
second
know if
splash.
they're doing any. I don't know if they're doing any QA or testing, and if they are testing, do they just make a random deck with units in it? They're like, oh, this is balanced because we're only using like 7 actions in this deck. Like, well,
They only did
Sounds pretty more-
0v0, and I was like, this is fine.
This is fine. He puts himself in check.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if they rebalance the way memories are accrued, if it was based on like amount of AP generated from actions equals memory, I don't know.
Right.
Could be sweet, because then you'd have like this big pop off of like 12, and then you'd have to build it back up again, like a charge shot. Oh shit!
Right.
But it would have to take a lot of rebalancing to change the memory values on everything. So that is still 17 days away. That's actually not that far.
Yep.
That's
So
assuming we're gonna get anything, right? Because with the mail
Well,
icon, that message that we got, it's hard to know if we're gonna get anything.
listen,
There's
P&D got the same message. They're gonna crank out waifus for that game still.
I mean, if there is a new, expansion or something coming up, we wouldn't know until about a week before the end of the month, right?
It's true. But when we find out, man, let's go.
They usually wait till a little late, but if they had a hint or something, or a list of cards they want to change, and then they give us I really hope they don't do that again, where they just list things that they want to change and then they wait like 10 days before they tell us what the changes are. I don't want to deal with that again.
Yeah,
That
they
just
told
seems
us
like
so
such a
early.
bad idea.
They've done that so many times now. I'm sick of it.
It was only bad with Iris, I think, because we were like, oh shit, they're gonna move Iris up to 6, and then it's gonna be a green tool exclusively, and it was just like, nah, man, HP -2. Okay, I'm okay with speculation and stuff like that to get us like talking, but when it ends up being like,
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted us to know that, hey, we're paying attention, we're gonna target these things, just so you know.
Yeah. But if you don't have the details on what you're changing, then I'd rather not know.
Yeah.
Just hold on.
What if they put out the list of cards that are being changed, and they carefully looked at player speculation to determine what's the appropriate buff or nerf?
Hmm.
I doubt anyone said 2 HP nerf for Iris. That being said, though, it's still a
Yeah,
painful
they
nerf.
completely missed the mark with that card, and that's
I don't know.
whatever.
Despite
I'm seeing a lot
it-
less irises.
It's that nerf is actually pretty rough. Like, I know it's easy to not
She's
think
still
it's
strong.
rough. Still, I mean, she should still be strong. She's a 5 cost. But
Yeah.
she still dies like insanely quick, and you might. It's way easy. It was already pretty. There's enough counters in the game to not get value out of Iris, and now it's just easier to not get value out of Iris.
I think it puts her more in line with Lair and Ket. Ket's still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, those weren't touched at all. So they're not really acknowledging the main problem with those cards, but yeah.
It's
Fine.
okay. I mean, I guess I'm just optimistic. Like, I feel like we're at a point where they could do one of like 3 or 4 different things with the game, and it's kind of exciting to think about any one of those. I guess the least exciting would be there's a new red hero, we're starting all over, and there's nothing else that's new. Yeah, but
Right.
But they could do a whole new rotation. We could do core 2. Just saying. We could do passives.
You're really gonna stick with that core too.
Dude, core 2, it would be sick. And just kind of like reintegrate all the mechanics. Have them just chill on new mechanics for now and see what happens when we put them all together. Like I said, you know, like red's mechanic would be explore, so most of your explore cards would be red, and most of the growth cards would be green. Core 2, core another day, dude.
Wow.
It would be cool to see them all on even ground because, you know, they get power crept.
Okay.
And we've seen what growth can become after growth is done. They put out one growth card and it's fucking beastly.
I was winning games with Neural Growth. I don't know, man.
Nero wins games. dude.
Old ass deck still is able to win games in ranked. It's pretty funny.
That's the other thing, is that part really shakes me up. As kind of being sort of new to the competitive card game atmosphere, having something like, oh, this deck is old, but it's still kicking ass. It's like that's weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like top tier or anything, but yeah, it's interesting to see.
Yeah, seeing Yawn, I went up against the Yawn the other day. It was like, what is this chick doing? Is she living in a fucking time capsule? She beat me. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, there's still some yawns out there.
Let's see. Anything else about the future? Any hopes?
I mean, just hope for the future. Don't. Ugh, God.
You got 'em.
I just hope we get changes. I hope we get something.
You hope they change hope for the future?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, you know what? Just forget that card exists. It's fine. Like, I'm fine with them leaving dead trash cards.
Yeah. Actual buffs instead of just nerfs would be cool.
It's difficult. Normally, I'm on that, you know, buffs over nerf side, but again, everything's gotten so strong to the point where it just doesn't feel worth playing again. Like, if we start buffing everything up, we're just playing dive kick, where all it takes is one hit and you lose.
Yeah, that's true. Depends on what happens.
Well, then I guess I should continue to report that I had fun with TEPPEN today on stream.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't get too serious about it. I didn't get too serial about it. Still played for like 2.5 hours. Still had fun. Didn't get too invested. Just playing red, green, Jill, and then zombie Jill. Maybe it's just because I didn't run into many zeros, but no.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I still have fun with the game when I can play this until I run into zero, and then it's just if I win or if I lose, it didn't matter. I just had 8 minutes of very unfun time.
Yeah, it's important to look at the motivation factor. It's important to look at the good stuff as well as the bad stuff. We're at a point right now that might not be too easy to be optimistic, but gotta show at least a little bit of excitement for what may be to come.
Oh yeah, again, definitely hoping for changes. And
Yeah. I think right now for me, it's like the game is fun when you play it, but I don't know when you're away from the game and not actively playing it. I don't feel a need to like go play it. I don't know.
Do
If
you
that
think
makes sense.
that's like, do they need more rewards?
I don't miss it right now because I haven't played it in a few days. But I don't miss playing it. I guess is the right wording. But
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like it's never really been about rewards for me. I have enough souls to craft anything. There's no rewards in the game that would change that. It's just
plenty of money.
A lot of things. They're just unfun to play against, and there's a lot of other things to play and do right now. So it's kind of hard to justify knowing that depending on what I get matched against, I might just have a terrible time.
Grar says it based game health off of the number of streamers. That's kind of hard to do at this point right now because we just got like a shotgun blast of fucking AAA games recently. So
yeah, far too busy with other stuff.
I think that was the vibe that everyone was giving off last week. It was just like busy with other games, so can't TEPPEN right now. But I play Mega Man games now. I fucking Izzy.
I might stream tomorrow. I don't know.
Well, I'm certainly encouraged after today's session to stream more. I'll still keep it to weekdays though. So if you guys don't, I will. To an extent.
I mean, I stream on Saturday with the EXGP and iOS streams on Sunday as well. If Thirsty's done some streaming, it's just very sporadic with us right now. We're not like willing to just do it every night, you know?
It's true. And I feel like that'll change once the new set comes out, even if the nerfs to 0 are kind of modest. I always get excited for new cards, new options for Jill. So
last month we were on like every day practically.
Pretty much. I think this is the normal lull. It's sort of like if anyone plays Final Fantasy XIV, they have like a burst of new content, new gear levels and stuff like that, and then like the next patch they do like 3 or 4 months later. It's kind of like it's there for people to catch up. So it's not really as exciting, and then you'll see people like kind of not logging on as much. So
yeah,
we're just in that little lull period, but we still have fun. Damn it.
I am a little disappointed at the lack of interesting EXGPs as well too. We've had a lot more interesting ones in the past, and now these ones tend to like to highlight my least favorite things of the game right now, and they're consistently doing that.
What do you mean?
It's just been here's 0, and here's Charge Shot X, and here's 0, and here's Charge Shot X. The red and black one was probably the most interesting one. That last one we had.
So you didn't like the basic one?
The basic one was also really fun.
Yeah.
Basic was alright. Yeah. It was interesting.
But it really has only been just kind of card limiting. We've had more interesting things in the past, right? Like double mana.
Double mana. Let us. No wait. It's the MP10 that broke the game. I was like, let us not speak of the.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't even brought back the action mana phase one. We had that once, right, where you get 5 MP to react.
Yeah, you get extra blue mana.
That was nuts. I felt like overwhelmed by that. I was like, you want cheap actions to start it, and then you wanted to have like a fucking Dragon Lords in reserve or something like that to play for free.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that we haven't had that now that we're in action meta, because even then there weren't many actions being played, so it's interesting.
It would be interesting if they made something that was like all actions are the same cost now. They all cost 4. That would be sick.
4.
You want that shield? You gotta fucking pay for it.
Actually make you think and not just throw away cards.
Yeah, dude. I guess they could also do like all actions cost. Well, everyone's complaining about 1 cost actions, so not all actions cost 1, but all actions to 4 would be interesting because then you'd be like, fucking LD.
I don't know. 1 MP X Hunters doesn't sound fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's too far.
It doesn't really matter what cost it is, honestly. But you know, making all like the big cards cost cheaper is kind of fun. But, yeah. Like 1 MP Soul Returns.
Mavericks Memories
Just like
4.
Circle over again.
Yo, we got the play TEPPEN host of 1, dude. Big host, thank you. What about? So our last EXGP was. What was that one?
Basic with the last 2 card sets.
Oh
Which I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
that one was really weird, but yeah.
It was literally just zeros everywhere, and like 1 Charge Shot X I ran into I couldn't do anything about. But I had some good runs. I did Denji on the second run, and it was pretty much 5-0.
It's a neat preview of what is to come because we have the details. I mean, we already knew it was coming up at the GP, the regular GP.
Oh yeah. Is it the same rules?
Same rules, basic and HBM only, right?
Oh, it's just
Charge Shot X is gonna run away with that one.
That's what I was
The
afraid
only
of.
thing that could contest it is purple.
probably.
Which I felt just as, what do you call it, trapped in the last one, TFS, when it was like I ended up trying to progress with Ultimate Weapon Jill, and you run into these people that are just like, what the hell do I do? You eventually get your wins.
I think Dark Destruction's pretty good in those formats too, but you don't really see much of it.
Yeah, we got,
The rewards?
the rewards. Can we see
We're
what
talking
rewards?
about
Change.
Grand Prix or normal Grand Prix?
Talk about normal Grand Prix for a hot minute, yeah.
We're on normal now, yeah. That starts soon, right? Is that this week?
I think so.
Oh. Yeah, it starts Friday? Yeah.
Sounds right.
Are there any standout rewards for the Grand Prix? Do we have final round?
Play Teppen's asking.
That's what Play TEPPEN is asking, dude. They want the
They want us
details.
to tell them the rewards because they don't know.
What do you get for playing this game anyway? Just kidding.
Are we talking about the Ultimate Showdown?
No, not yet.
Oh, what are we talking about
We
for
can get to that in a
rewards?
minute.
Wait, final round?
We're talking about the Grand Prix rewards?
Yeah.
This
Dude,
might
I
be
was
just
not listening to
placeholders,
podcasts.
though. But in the final round, it has, if you look at the stream, it just has Haunted by Memories pack tickets.
Yeah.
Not everyone theorizing.
Hopefully they give us some cool stuff. I don't know. I always enjoy doing it because they also give you the core golden pack tickets. So if you go 5-0 on the last round in Group A,
Yeah.
you get some foil cards. That's how I got my foil Roaring Typhoon. I don't use it.
Ooh.
Why don't you
I
use
was
your
really-
Roaring Typhoon?
Yeah, why don't you
This
use your
is-
foil Roaring Typhoon, dude?
That card
off.
sucks.
Card's fine.
That's pretty good.
Just increase the damage.
So my one
Reduce
MP,
the cost.
one MP Leap is a better card than Roaring Typhoon.
Would you use it if it was HP -7 for flying units?
No,
No.
it's so rich. I have to run into a flying deck. What do I do against Denjin? I just waste like what 5 MP? I don't think so.
Just quit.
But you
Quit.
get 1 memory and 5 AP from it.
No, that's awful.
That's awful. So what you're saying is we need Wrath to be everywhere.
Yes.
Yes.
And then even then, it's like, do you use it against the one Valstrax or do you wait until the second one? At which point you're probably dead, and then you use it, and then he shields, and then it's cool.
Then it's cool, dude.
It's cool, cool.
Yeah, it'll lose life, but I'll still have agility. That's fine.
It'll be dead.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
HP -7.
Not with the shield, it'll be fun.
Oh, that's right, with the fucking the fuckboy shield. Damn it, I don't like that shield. HP +3. Taking away your detonation and half of the next detonation. All right. All right.
So actually, I did want to talk about this EXGP because I did think it's kind of weird rule set. I'm interested in why these heroes were picked because a lot of it looks like the weakest of each color. I mean, the most arguable one is Wesker.
I'll just leave. Just kidding.
You know,
This is
you're
true,
100%. I totally agree with that.
The weakest of every color, dude. Dante, Nero, Jill, dude. Yep. When people talk about Red, like, Red's fine. Red's got a lot of good cards. Speak for yourself.
If you're Ryu, you're fine.
Roaring Typhoon hits your own units? Really?
Yeah, it does. It's green.
Uh,
It's why Green Life is rough, man. Because everything that it even has difficult to use still has to have some annoying thing attached to it.
that's a
Again,
big
like
Keck
the-
W leave, dude. Give Roaring
For sure.
Typhoon. I'm out of here.
It's you know what, I've seen it happen. I think it happened to Kuma. He used Roaring Typhoon, and then the purple player respawned by putting Flight with Hookshot on his unit.
No.
Yo, that's hype. That's fucking dope, dude.
And it's why does that need to exist on the? I don't know. It's
That's
there's a
kind
lot
of
that
dope,
upset me.
though.
It's cool. It would be cool if there weren't already so many things that hurt. It's the small little things that you don't realize unless you played too much green. Like, yeah, just spam leap. You need a unit to play leap. Why? I still don't know.
Let me see if this is the game. There's somebody that had some interesting tech on me. But we can still talk about the EXGP.
Winter says you guys should rotate mains every new set. I tried doing that with Mallet and he last one.
Didn't work. I felt like...
I was happy playing Jill.
Of course you were. I should have played Explore. I didn't change the deck enough. I was trying to play like your version of it. And I think that's an important thing to do when you net deck is that you shouldn't be afraid to change the deck. Like, make it your own, you know?
That's his nice way of saying my deck sucked.
No. No. Not at all.
I change my decks all the time. I actually play Cold Front in Zero Rukoha right now. Zero Exodia, I play Cold Front.
Gross.
Well, you're just confident in your ability to make decks then. I mean, for someone like me who I only got to A rank with my own decks, and then I had to start net decking stuff to figure out what the good boys do. And it's tough to be playing a deck and then see well, someone's doing really well with this, but it's not working for me. You got to figure out where to make changes, where to get good. That's tough.
Because one thing I think most people don't consider is you might not be getting matched up around the same pool of people because they're playing at a different time and getting matched up against different things. You will have to make adjustments.
Yep.
Also, yeah, look at this fucking match, dude. This guy got all 3 fucking Rezo X's. 2 of them is secret. What a pro. What a professional. I think this is the game I played.
This is where you made the horrible mistake of playing the 2 bats first instead of dropping Vial, right?
Is this the same game? No.
This is not the one that went well for you. It
Oh,
was
no, I'm talking about... No, this is the one. This is the one. So... This guy fucking responds to my fucking noodles with fucking fusion.
Oh,
And it was Your mother must be very fucking proud of you, you little shit, dude. Like he already had like this super stacked fucking board. Whatever, dude. What the fuck ever. And I'm just saying, Fusion's really good, dude. Just use Fusion in all your decks. I'm sure it'll work out just fine. 3 Rezo X's opening, whatever, dude. Just take my points.
The chart shot like you're a cop. Yeah.
You're a cop, dude. Whoa. Got my goddamn noodles, and he was like, you know what? Taking my stats and moving over to this charge shot or this fucking Rezo X. Yeah, as for the XGP, I'm interested. I feel invited.
To the lowest tier heroes for each color.
Hooray! Dude. That's me.
I wonder if they're gonna like, we're gonna name it the 4 heroes. It's like, so we got to pick good guys from each color, and then they got to black. It's like, oh shit.
None.
Oh,
They're all villains.
true.
Like I posted that one fucking still from fucking Garfield where it's got his face with the little no sign through it, and it's like, huh, I wonder who that's for, dude. It's me going into every EXGP, dude. Fucking Jill. Nah, man, get out of here. Dude, sheriff badge. Dude. Cop X, dude. He's got the gun. Also, you could do Thirsty. You could have an emote that's like the Mega Buster. It's your gun emote.
That'd be cute.
Just when you get partners, so you can add like a bunch. I think the minimum is 15, dude. Be like, yeah.
Yeah, I think I hit the max possible for affiliate on emote, so I need to get partner.
Just real
Not gonna
quick.
happen.
Start playing the big boy games. Start playing Fortnite, League of Legends.
I guarantee if I even hit the point to be able to be partner, they're gonna like review my channel. Like, no, we're not giving it to this guy.
He plays X, dude. Nah.
Gross.
Afraid we can't do that.
Wait, they can still deny your partnership even if you hit the requirement?
It's an application, so I assume they can. Also,
Mhm.
Thirsty, man. Your image is coming in Daft Punk. What's going on here?
Oh, what is happening?
Oh, yeah, it has a little bit of lesser quality also.
Bitrate.
Looks fine for me now on Discord.
Oh, I can always change the region for the call. But it's been so good for Chris, I'm afraid to.
You're torn between West Coast and East
That's
Coast.
kind of weird because I'm supposed to have a bad connection tonight. But oop,
Oh, like I was high quality for a second, and then it was like, whoop.
let's restart.
Put it in Iowa coast, Iowa region.
Uh-huh, okay. Sydney.
How did that go?
It looked good for a second. Alright, well,
But yeah,
it's worth a shot.
Command and Conquer cutscene. Yeah, classic quality. I get that.
Oh
reference.
yeah, I have to use my other mic right now.
Oh man. You have a
Don't have
filter
that
on
high
that?
quality sound.
For any hero per expansion, have a draft. Yeah, we need a draft mode. Once I heard about what a draft mode was, I was like, yo,
Oh, I would love a draft mode.
give it to
Actually,
me.
yeah, in terms of what would get you excited and hyped, that's it right there, a draft mode.
So, in I don't know how other games do it, but I mean, like in Gwent's arena mode, basically it's like a draft, but you get to choose between 3 random leader effects, and I think that would be cool if TEPPEN did something like that, where there's a draft mode, but they give you like 3 random hero arts, and then you have to pick one, and then you pick the cards after that to try and like build around it at random. That'd be kind
That'd
of
be
cool,
cool.
I think.
I would like that.
Yeah, I mean that's a big change that they could do for the upcoming thing. I mean, again, like we have a new hero for every color, so they are free to do kind of whatever they want. So I think that could be something that would be like, okay.
Yeah.
Now that everybody's appeased and having a new hero.
And then it would have its own rewards,
Which of Zero's hero? That's what I pick.
It would be funny.
Well,
You
like,
pick
if they gave
Rakoha,
you-
you get an all unit deck.
Yeah, like if they threw Rakoha at you, but then you weren't able to pick that many actions, that'd be interesting. But if the choices were like, Tenkoha, Bringer of Nightmares, or, I don't know, Wrath Awoken, like, I don't know. You'd probably just re-roll and hope for a better art. I don't know.
I think Rakoha would still be good. All you do really need is that memory of 4, and it's
Yeah,
still
that's
really
true.
good.
Yeah. You just need to find those actions.
Yeah.
Be
I think it might be
interesting.
more interesting to make the deck first and then pick your hero art based on random.
Yeah, they could do it either way.
Because imagine picking antibodies and then, yay, no explorers.
No Explorer, yay, boy.
Yeah, you could do it either way, either at the beginning or at the ends. I've seen it both ways, but yeah, maybe it's better at the end.
We could move on to talk about the tournament coming up this weekend.
Yep.
Now, Iowa, are you in any capacity able to talk about that now, or are you a little too occupied?
Oh, I'm at home right now. I'm just trying to get set up. But
Oh, nice.
what was that? Completely missed it. What are we talking about?
The tournament
Where's-
coming up this weekend.
Oh, hey. Okay, yeah, I got you. So this Saturday we have the Ultimate Showdown going down, and it's going to be different from our previous 2 showdowns because we are doubling up. We have contestants from the past previous showdowns. That's going to be 8 players, and then we also are increasing our talent. Hosting the whole Ultimate Showdown. Not only do we have Horrible Chopstick, we've got James Chen, we also have Broken Fierce, and we also have Ninja Nam, and they're going to be rotating commentary. So it's going to be really interesting to see different personalities bring TEPPEN to life when we watch these players clash it out. And we also have the 4 teams were just announced today. In fact, I even have a little banner that one of our awesome graphic designers that also takes commission, Brad Tiptop. He's been a long-time moderator with the TEPPEN Discord pretty much forever. So I'll show you guys this type of work that he did. And hopefully, is there a way I could send it to you, Mallet, and maybe we could put it on stream?
Sure,
Yeah,
we could do that.
Showing it.
I just threw it into the EX podcast chat. If there's another place I can throw it, let me know.
Wow.
Fancy.
Right?
Red.
Yeah,
It
I don't know. It looks nice.
It looks nice, dude.
It hurts. God, you put me on my least favorite color.
Fucking Thirsty Games, classic purple.
I did not do any.
Green kind of weird.
I agree. I don't know, man.
No, I think I do play a lot of purple, but I play it respectably, so that's why I lose.
It would be interesting to kind of do like a half and half sort of thing, like cut it, like make a diagonal line down the middle, and be like, maybe my name would be on top as red, and then down like diagonally down the middle be a line going to black, so it'd be like red black on one card almost.
Ooh, that's a really good idea. Actually, I like that.
That way, Thirsty doesn't have to be purple.
Yeah, that'd be cool. This makes sense though.
I do like that.
Could be like purple on top for his, and then green on bottom. Like evasion is purple, Thirsty's green. That way, Izzy doesn't have to be green.
But yeah, not only do we have this cool showdown with all these amazing people, we have a little twist to the format. So it's not just your normal days of TEPPEN. We are implementing these players have to play in this event with a ban and restricted list. And something like that, I think we might have to like throw in the chat because they might have to look at it because the ban and restricted list is pretty extensive. We are
Right.
eliminating all of what we deem high-powered cards, overpowered cards, and we're also eliminating high-rolling cards. But the high-roll cards you can still play like 1x, like Valstrax, for example. You can have a 1 copy in your deck, and if that Valstrax wins you the game, then that's it, I guess.
Is there a list of bans?
Yes, there is.
I have it on stream right now.
And that's all deck building. The other rules that these players and contestants have to follow is they can have 3 decks each for each player, different heroes, of course, and there's no ban. It's also a best of 3.
We got. I like how on the legendary side we have 5 red legendaries, which I was like, damn, all those are really good. The banned for good reason. We got 2 green legendaries. And then we have 9 purple legendaries. And then we have 4 black legendaries. So that's
Green's a good color, guys.
that's kind of indicative of the situation right now.
I want to point out that one of the green legendaries that's banned is not because of it in a green deck, it's because of it with Wesker.
Yep. You see our limit ones. We have. Is it just
Damn,
2
that's
reds? Is that it? 2 red cards? Yo. Red boys. Valstrax, suck it. Chill Penguin, suck it.
Okay.
We got
And
3
yeah,
greens.
X is because of splash color decks as well, too, ironically enough.
For what?
The other green legendary is mainly because of dual color decks with her in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Heavenly Kicks Chun.
Hey, I use it in, what do you call it? I use it in Red
A
Green
dual
Jill.
color deck. Yeah.
Right.
That's good. Drop her, give her the fucking flu shot. She's off to the races, dude.
Green doesn't have the flu shot.
Yikes. We got 9 different purple cards that are limited to 1. Soul's Return, I think, jumps out at me. And the big Rezo girls, Ibuki and Shenko.
Yeah.
And the 2 cards that just grief the shit out of red players, Oro and Arius Argisax. And then down to the black cards. Revenge Tyrant and Slow Tyrant. Fate of the Unworthy, Hatred Reborn. Heartless Experiment. That's interesting. That's an interesting choice. Alexia, sure. Dalmadur, thank God. Only 1.
Someone's gonna make that Nero deck that just malices it to get more down the
I
deck.
wasn't gonna bring that up. I was like, yo, malice. But
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that during the announcement for all this information, Chop sounded like he was well aware of what was not limited or banned, and he said that what did he say? I think he said there's another. He already has some ideas of what decks you can make with what's remaining. So it'll be interesting to try this out. And 3 of us here are gonna be in it. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this ban limit list?
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I love the idea of it. There's some things here that I don't think necessarily need to be on this list, but I also don't like. It's not a fight that I would want to go for. There's very few things that I think are missing from this list, though, which is kind of the more important part.
They said it wasn't final as far as I know.
I think
Yeah.
we have till today if we want to pitch any additional cards to ban.
24 hours. Yeah.
24 hours. Okay. What? I don't know. Is this the right like place to propose certain things?
You can, yeah, I'll take it.
Let them have it Thursday.
No, I don't have it.
I don't have anything. You got
No,
nothing?
I think most of the cards that should be here are already here. There's a couple that I don't think necessarily need to be on here, but I understand why they are. So overall, I think it's in a good spot. It'll be interesting to see because, I mean, potentially we might find more broken combinations because of this, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to know that ahead of time.
I actually already thought of a really crazy deck that. Well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, you're not competing. Stop. Just kidding.
Yeah, just DM it to me. It's fine.
Just let me know. Send me some snail mail.
But yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I do want to start. I'm not gonna stream me working on these decks because I know people like Izzy like to watch those types of things. So I will not be streaming any decks or practice for this.
Fucking stream watcher. Dude.
Yeah, I was
So,
just thinking the same thing as Izzy with Rebirth, but I don't know if Rebirth is even needed if they're gonna nerf the best cards that you can use with them, or ban the cards that you would use with them, I should say.
Yeah, I was a little wary of the, like, using Malice to create copies of those one-of cards. Is that a violation? Just kidding, no.
Why is Dalmador on the list?
Because we don't want somebody to play that deck.
It's not a good deck. Like,
Well, I don't want anyone to play it
just
still.
It just needs to win once, right?
it's not good. I don't know. All right.
It's not good until you lose to it. I mean, the thing is Dalmadir loses heavily to being rushed down, and we took out a lot of the rush down.
Yeah, I guess so.
I definitely don't like having to play against it as red because it's got so much HP. You can't cuck their what do you call it, Malice or anything like that.
It's pretty bad in green too. It's pretty awful experience. Like you can try to seal it, but you need to have a seal and then have another Dalmadir.
Are seals allowed? I guess they're.
Yeah.
Wait,
They are.
Karen?
All 7 of them.
Cutting is not on here. No.
How's Karen not on there, but Chun is? Alright.
You drop Chun and buffer, and she'll steal a game.
Yeah.
Cutting can't do that by herself. She doesn't have the combo damage output. She usually like she's good for the seal, but she dies pretty easily.
They're about the same in my mind, but
Do you play green? You're playing them. They're not the same.
Karen, she requires like another unit, so it's like a higher
Yeah.
commitment.
there's more effort.
That's kind of
yeah. There's a bigger problem when Yawn was a thing. I get it.
It'll definitely be interesting because it's like a simulation of what would happen if Gung Ho decided to take it upon themselves to like not nerf certain cards, but ban certain cards for a while. So this could be interesting. This could be a fucking mess. It could be like someone figures out something that no one else thought of, and it just sweeps the whole fucking thing. But it'll still be exciting in that way. Wink, 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 wonk.
And what's the deadline for the decks?
The deck line for the deads?
Definitely an Iowa question.
Before the event, but if it's like one day before, then I'll be fine. I will be asking people on the second day before the event. I'll be like, "Yo, I need them deck lists so I can make some graphics."
Oh.
But turn it in like the day before, I'm fine too.
Okay. Have to look at it then.
Yeah, my first instinct was like, oh, I should use today's stream to start making a deck, and I was just like, wait, I don't want to do that. I don't want people looking. And each of us come up with 3 decks per player.
Correct. And then, of course, there is one rule I forgot to mention is when you win with a deck, it gets exhausted for that round against that player. So, for example, if you had like Rathalos,
Yeah.
Wesker, Jill, and then you won with Jill, then Jill would be exhausted.
She's fucking spent, dude. She's tired. Tired of carrying. And that's just for the rest of that match. Like you play it once, that's it.
Like a certain player. So if you were playing against Eve Asian, for example, then you won with Jill. You wouldn't be able to use Jill against him, and it's best 2 out of 3. So you would have to default to like your next deck, either like, you know, Wesker or Rathalos, for example.
Okay. No ban.
That was always one of my boons in the early tournament was, you know, being an X main, no one would ever ban X. So I always got to play my main. It was nice.
Hooray. I never saw it coming. Damn, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. PST. It's this Saturday, April 18th.
It's
I
a
think I
wonderful
have
day.
Tourney in here as a command. Yeah. And you can check the thing, but I can also link to this.
Huh. That works.
Fancy. Any last comments about the Ultimate Showdown?
I'm excited for it.
Should be
Same.
interesting.
Also,
I-
another thing is we have a surprise guest / twist to the tournament, but nobody knows besides me or Chong.
I heard it was John Cena.
It's gonna be John Cena, right?
What is it?
It's John Cena.
Why? That?
They said they had a surprise guest, and I was like, John Cena? And they're like, well, he's kind of like the John Cena of Teppen. I'm
Is the
like,
guest
whoa.
like announcing or playing or what? What is?
It's the final boss.
That's what I'm wondering.
I will tell you that they are not announcing and they're not playing in the tournament. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Okay.
Could be anybody. Could be Mr. Ho from Gung Ho.
What about Gung?
Possibly.
That's his first
Dr.
name.
Teppen.
Oh, snaps. Makes
Gung
sense.
is his first name, dude. His wife calls him Gung. Everyone else calls him
That's what
Mr.
I was
Ho.
thinking.
That's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too. We'll see. We'll see. Enters the arena. Do you win? Now you have to beat Ryu's. Oh fuck.
They're pretty sick.
Now, who
Um,
in the chat is your favorite team? There is a correct answer and there are 3
Oh,
wrong
yeah.
answers.
Yeah. Which color do you guys want? Do you guys want Dr. Teppen?
There we go.
Do PhD?
Any preferences, guys? In the chat. Team Red looking pretty good, huh?
Team Red
Shit, man.
especially strong with this podcast. Dude.
I just realized, yeah, I'm outnumbered by Team Red out here. That's great.
That's cool. How do we determine teams this time?
Randomized.
Roll of the dice.
Gave everybody a number and then rolled 2 numbers, and that's what happened.
One time my RNG was good.
Good. Ballot Boogle and Chris B. Playing good old Beppin.
All the bees.
I do think it's funny that, well, one thing that was kind of mentioned too, we're picking teams, is luckily there were no doubles, but it was a mixture of everyone from the first event and the second event.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you can guarantee that everyone from that first event is going to be playing those heroes, right? Because we're character
what we do.
specialists. Yeah, so we did luckily match up the people that refused to not play trash heroes with the players that are just really gonna carry those other players.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting. And I'm glad that it got mixed up that way. I'm glad it wasn't like, go find your teammates, because I would have been like, who do I ask? Who will go to prom with me?
I'm scared to ask anyone because I don't want to weigh them down when it comes to the event.
Well, you want to team up with a washed player, dude?
I mean, the RNG gods pretty much like set up this whole event, so gotta give a good shout out to them.
Thank you, dice rolling site. What site was that, by the way?
RNG.
I don't know. Let me see if I can find it. 1 second.
The dice rolling site.
Yeah. let me check. Let me check. Where you at?
Well, see, we won't be seeing much of Exodia without X Hunters. It'd be kind of silly to try to play Exodia, I feel like.
Or Mavericks.
Or Mavericks, exactly.
We'll just call it the No Maverick tournament. That's good.
Chart Shot would be in a very peculiar place with only one of on.
Or any of the 9 legendaries.
Yep. That means Zero's not going to have a deck.
I mean, you could still play with 0 if you wanted to, like 10 Fuha, some aggro.
You could. I'm just joking about people on ladder where it just feels like, all right, they're saving up. It's gonna be V, and it's like, oh, you dealt with V. Okay, here's my fucking Dante that I'll let die for some reason. Okay, here's my fucking Jury that I hope it goes through. It didn't go through. Okay, well I got more.
Also, the website was rolldiceonline.com.
Ah, nice. That was close.
He wasn't kidding,
I
dude.
said rolldice.com.
Yeah, it has hyphen. So it's roll-dice-online.com.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we gutted a lot of Zero stuff, but I don't think he's going to be hurting for making decks, especially Rakoha. I think is still going to be strong.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna leave any like memory mechanic behind. He'll still be able to keep up. It's not like, what do you call it? True power, where it's like, oh shit, well I need growth units in my deck, or you know, Raging Demon, or you need Ascension units.
You just need action cards, and we didn't ban a lot of action cards from purple.
True that. It's just like, don't ban X Hunters and all that stuff. Just ban like actions of 2 cost and 1 cost. Like, yeah, try it, see what happens.
Yon is busted just at purple. I don't think dual color Yon has ever been good. You lose way too much value
not worth it.
on the Yon.
Can I get this unit to die exactly when I want it to?
Right when I'm at 1 mana, please.
That would be nerve-wracking. I hate that sound of max MP.
Yeah.
I think I reached enlightenment when I played it. I played HK Chun today, and I didn't hear like the maxed out mana sound. I was like, oh, yes.
I think it was even mentioned in the morning drawing of the teams that like Yon could potentially be really good, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Here's that ban limit list again, because Nerdy Athlete was looking for it. This is just for the this tournament that we're banning some legendaries and limiting some stronger cards. Demonic to 1, Keg W. Did Keg W arrive?
There's one thing I want to do for everybody that's watching right now. It's nothing special, but I want to give them the video of this morning's kind of like announcement, because one of the things that we did that I really enjoyed was giving like a little bit of back story to like each player in the event. So I'm gonna post that in the chat right now.
Yeah, you guys are making me blush.
Ultimate Showdown video, pretty much like all the information that we covered. But if you also don't know these 8 contestants very well, Horrible Chopstick and I go down through the list and we kind of like give them each like a little bit of personality so you can kind of get to know them.
Wow. Cool.
Is that time stamped so that they can get right to it, or they have to look for it?
It's towards the end, so there's no timestamp, but I could kind of look for it real quick. Let me see. Let me see.
Well, while he's doing that, we can talk a little bit about the GP. What do you guys think is going to be strong in the regular GP?
Charge shot. Charge shot is going to be.
Yeah, I think we already talked about that a little bit, but or charge shot probably 0.
Oh shit, yeah, because you got rid of Fate, you got rid of Corrosion. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, DD could still be a thing, but just it's going to be much rougher against charge shot. The biggest threat to charge shot is going to be demonic intimidation from purple. But that's still
1 and 10.
kind of difficult to play around of.
So what you do is you just bring a bunch of revelations and you get your Tim back.
Yep.
Okay, I got the timestamp. It was 23:30.
23:30.
10.
Yep, that's when we start giving like a little bit backstory of like each player in the tournament.
Cool.
You just need like the fancy graphics where the person like shows up on the screen, they look all angry, like they're folding their arms, like.
That link I posted should go directly to the timestamp.
Excellent. Like they had for the for Worlds where everyone was like looking all intimidating, and they were like, "I play TEPPEN."
Yo, is the special guest gonna be that announcer? That would make that'd be amazing.
That was funny. But you remember, like, maybe it was just for the Japanese teams that they did that, like, the intro video with all the people being like, "I am TEPPEN." It's like, whoa, dude, calm down.
Yeah, the TEPPEN Worlds announcer was definitely one of my favorite announcers at any event.
It'd be really cool if we could hire them for an event, like a community event. Just hire them, be like, "All right."
Yeah, you can just do it through Zoom.
Yeah.
Do it through Zoom.
Do it through Zoom.
It's gonna be interesting getting ready for this event too, right? Because it's really gonna be difficult to practice against decks with these restrictions. First of all, making the decks and practicing, because it's hard to get like good info on is this deck good or is it just being validated because you're playing against people that aren't using the same restrictions.
That's how I felt climbing a champion most of the way this time with Budget Jill, where it was just like, yeah, well, I can't use Rescuer's Bullet, so the Brainwash looking pretty good, isn't it?
Which now you don't have to worry about Brainwash, but you can still Rescuer's Bullet.
That's right. I don't know if I'm gonna need it though. I don't know. That's the tough thing, is that I could be missing something that is really important for that to make Rescuer's Bullet more worth it, or, you know. We'll have to see. We're gonna have to go against each other, dude. I know. It's gonna be a little nutty. I was... If we had to pick our teams, I probably would have just asked Izzy. Just like, I don't want to have to fucking do the mirror match, dude. The Jill versus Jill.
I mean, you could still potentially opt out of it, right? If you get 2 wins without using Jill.
Everyone's gonna be like, okay, the Jill player, all right, not using Jill. That'll be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine.
How do we determine the showdowns? Like who plays who first? Did I miss that?
I don't think we talked about that. No. Would it be just like the last tournament where you just like elect someone to go first?
Well, I don't know which teams face each other.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. We don't have the brackets yet either for teams versus teams.
Yeah, brackets will be randomized, and it would be just kind of like how you guys do the 2v2 showdowns. We just do it like multiple times, I think.
Yeah, that works.
Damn, dude. A lot of big names here. I'm a little scared. We got. Yeah, it'll be crazy. It's gonna be a little crazy. Thirsty's gonna be hitting me up for viewer matches to see what the fuck I built.
I am not running any of the decks I build here for viewer matches. That's for sure.
I swear to God, last time
I learned my lesson.
for that X versus Jill thing, you were like, "All right, I will fucking challenge you like 3 times in one stream." Get that intel.
It was all going great until I decided to stream my practice with Kuma.
Hey, it worked. It worked for me, or at least it worked on me because I was like, I don't want to change my stuff that much. Anything else about the Ultimate Showdown?
Of Ultimate Destiny.
I know, right? It's the first, I actually linked that on Twitter when they mentioned it. I was like, All right, so what else is left? Talked about the GP, the EXGP. We have the 2v2v2v2v2 coming up. Should we do viewer matches?
Now might be the time.
Ancient Newgrounds. Oh, I was like, what?
Oh, do we have our TEPPEN trivia for viewer matches?
No.
Good question.
That's the question.
This week's been rough for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't think I'm actually able to do a viewer match personally, but you guys can if you want.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Like, I'm having internet issues tonight with the storm and everything going on, and yeah.
Oh, I see.
I was just checking stuff on my phone and I was having issues, but I don't know. It's a miracle I was able to stay in this call because it's been really bad everywhere else. But I don't know.
It's weird because you've
I
been...
imagine if I try to play a game with TEPPEN, it's not going to be stable. So,
That's good, though. You get the line jumps. That's good.
Oh,
I
nothing.
don't know how to do that right now.
The sound of frustration.
No.
We could...
Still blaming the increase of action spam as the reason for a lot more line jumps.
Possibly.
I could open up this
Does-
random fucking room. Yeah, I
There's been a
could.
bit of lag from me lately.
Oh no, I mean, I could open up this random room here, and show a replay. Rate the replay. Because the most easily accessible ones would be mine. Smile. Good jilling, bad jilling. So yeah, I'll play a couple of your matches if people want to hop in, using what I'd probably use for GP, or at least what I threw together.
I'll also play.
Oh, you
I won't
will?
play Dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, I can set up to play as well.
Okay, cool. Sound like it was just gonna be me for a hot minute there. So the first one's free. Whoever wants to jump in.
Set this thing up.
Code is up.
WS 4930, dude. Weapon skill 4930. Oh, we could also discuss all the games that people are playing in the meantime, because everybody and their mother's been playing 7 Remake.
It's really good.
One.
It's really good.
When I was looking at it, it might have been earlier today or yesterday. There were more people streaming it on my follow list than not playing it. It's like, damn, dude.
Sounds about right. Like every time I log on, I see like 10 of my friends on my list playing it for PlayStation. Yeah.
Playing Final Fantasy?
Yep.
7 Remake, baby.
I am. How far am I now? I'm like 28 hours in. And,
Yeah, that's pretty far.
Yeah. I don't want to say like what I'm doing right now or like where I'm at for spoiler reasons, but
Appreciate
I'm really enjoying it. It's great. But yeah, I played a lot this past weekend.
I've heard people have been getting emotional over that game.
Yep.
I've never played the original.
Heard that they're crying at a video game.
Right?
Imagine crying
Lol.
over anything.
Imagine emotions.
Imagine being emotional over a video game.
It's really good, and yeah, it's pretty strong. I've cried a few times, but hey, there's Iowa.
Is it just like focused on my face, or I really zoomed in?
Really zoomed in. I got the. Oh no! Wait, it moved around. What the? What the fuck happened?
Well, I don't know why Thirsty. Wait, yeah, what's going on here?
Iowa is actually thirsty.
Iowa
Just
Thirsty
zoomed in
is
really far, dude.
Why am I... Dude,
Why
I'm
did-
trying so hard to make me a purple player. What the hell?
Extreme close up, but I can't do anything about it because I'm.
Yo, what just happened?
Up close and personal, dude.
Yo, this is brainwash IRL.
Yeah. I got
What
buffed
the
myself to be really big, and then I just got brainwashed in the purple.
I'll fix it as soon as. Yo, Pygmalion, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, is this a real match going on right now?
This
Yeah.
is a real match.
Like the Pygmalion's playing Dominator?
Playing Dominator.
Cool, dude. They must have shifted the orientation of the windows in there, dude. Oh, see, that would have been a great, like, if we did, like, a stream on April 1st.
I'll just change everyone's things around.
I'm freaking dying over here, man.
Now I'm purple, dude.
It's not that big.
Now I'm good.
Now I play the good color. dude. Oh, shit. I'll fix it in a sec. I want to be ready for whatever the fuck Pygmalion's. What the fuck is this?
Yo, it's even better that this happened during Mal's game.
During a goddamn Dalmadir match.
This is why Dalmadir is
No,
banned.
it's not
okay?
Dominator because he's been maxing out at 10, so I'm not sure exactly what he's playing.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
So what
No,
happened
it's-
with the?
Cammy?
Hammy?
Why did it move?
Thirsty looks like Iowa.
I'm like
Just
trying to
Cammy
keep my
over.
face in frame. It's hard. I can barely.
I got an important message for you, dude. Dude, this is Rezo right now. I'm sitting at max MP, dude. He's healing.
Get your board box.
He's gonna play X Hunters.
I mean, if you can find Cammy, you're definitely losing your board, but I don't know if it's that big of a deal
Looks like my tactics are having the desired effect.
because you'll have 3 explores at that point.
Oh, A-Trans? Okay.
He's got 2 Cammies in there.
Oh, that's a
shit.
good point, actually. That will make another Cammy.
She's gonna make a cameo, get it? Fucking get it?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and now
Here
we're gonna
come
get
the
some
cards, dude.
There's the cop. You can't do anything about this. You've lost.
Damn!
Oh, you fucking lose. You have no
Well,
cards to
already.
deal with this fucking cancer.
That was a deal.
This is nasty.
There's
How does it
absolutely nothing wrong being able to buff your units without being able to interact with them.
This is disgusting. I don't like it.
This is pretty funny.
This is so gross.
And he got. He has to have
Fucking
another-
just, oh, dude.
Disgusting.
Fuck, stop.
I do like this deck though. This deck looks sick.
No, I can't. I can't let it end here.
Yeah, that shield is actually pretty clutch. I like it.
That'll show her.
That'll
Trying to
fucking
seal
show this bitch, dude.
Whoa, actually,
Give up already.
wait a minute. No, I don't.
Now we're
Okay.
we're done here.
I
Oh,
forgot
wait,
I was
maybe
supposed to
we're not
commentate
done.
This.
Yes, Claire.
Get this shit off my field.
Claire.
He gave up.
Nothing else.
Because he's out of units.
Wow.
Send them all to the fucking
Yeah, that's
Shadow
all we-
Realm, dude.
So
Dude, Red
A-Trans
is so
didn't
broken.
make a copy after all.
Yeah, I guess. What was he A-transing then?
Wait.
Oh, you know, he probably drew into it, so just had to get rid of the A-trans. Maybe.
Oh.
Yeah,
All right, at least fix this fucking.
Well, it looked like he had a unit up there.
Yo, look at Timote's clip. I will use semi technique.
Yeah, he's using the technique.
Modok
Oh, yeah.
vibes, dude.
Why
How do
why
I?
quit?
I don't know. I don't know why he quit, but I gotta fix this real quick.
Oh, boy.
Pick out a third cami.
Why don't you play the Cammy?
Yeah, I was confused by that.
I'm dying over here.
I had to zoom in really close for iOS thing because like the avatar was the very center of the thing, so I probably have to just
I didn't want to play anymore.
this.
Well, that's a good reason, Sammy.
Just move Iowa over there and then window capture. Hold on. How do you guys want to do the other viewer matches?
Let me see.
Yeah, who's next?
Yo,
What happened?
I'm ruining the magic by doing this, but
Oh no.
Wait, what happened to my camera?
Wow.
it's going down. Okay. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Now everyone's here.
all right, dope.
Stream close up, dude. I just didn't want to play anymore.
Oh.
So, yeah, fucking sequel to Face Off, dude. Okay, who's next?
Shoot.
Who wants to do up?
I can
their
set up real quick.
Yeah, I can set up too. I just don't know how I would do the trivia thing.
Oh yeah, I need one of those. I can make this super easy and quick. I am going to
Semi
read.
technique, dude.
I am going to read a card effect, and all I need is the name of that card. First person to get that wins and set up the viewer match.
The card effect. You're listening for the card effect.
All right. Gives +7 HP to all friendly units.
I know this one.
I too believe I
a
know
cat
this one. Sounds expensive. What the hell's Will? He usually jumps on this stuff.
Well, it's a green card. Pygmalion said refuel.
Pig got it, but he's already did a match, so.
Yeah, you were doing
Now we have to do another one, another
Now
trivia.
All right, another trivia then.
He's ruining it for everyone.
Ruins.
Oh, I just pulled a foil bit.
Wow.
I'm gonna
Sick.
dust it.
Oh shit, I have a fucking... I have a Haunted by Memories pack ticket. Yo, we got pack pulls on stream. No secret, because I'm fucking so bad at this game.
Oh, I got a foil Gameth.
So this one's a little tricky because I do know there are 2 cards with this effect. So, if you answer one of them, it'll be wrong. You got to figure out which one I'm thinking of. Alright, so,
Jesus.
Death gives random friendly unit other than self shield.
There's 2 cards that do that? What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I know the one, but I don't know the other one.
dude, Naked Grandma. I don't know her name, dude. Naked Grandma.
What was it?
Death gives a random friendly unit other than itself a shield.
Oh,
Naked Grandma is incorrect.
okay.
Dude.
Ascend bait, dude.
Hmm.
I can't believe there's 2 cards that do that because I can't think of the other one, and it's
There's a
bothering me.
red one.
It's bothering me that I don't know this.
Or no, maybe it's
Is
not
there a
green
red one?
No, guy buffs on death.
Oh, his arms fucking busted, dude. It's just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, here's the thing. If the card that Iowa doesn't know, so clearly a color he's less familiar, what color could that be?
Pygmalion said Richard.
I really don't know this one.
Anyone in chat now?
That's not pig.
Come on, Gucci, look it up.
You guys need a hint?
We don't have our usual like viewer match demons. Why I gotta do it?
Granny.
Alright, I'm about to look up this card. Because it's
Yeah.
bothering me that I don't know it. And
Looked up-
nobody knows it.
Looked up naked, I couldn't find it.
I mean, we know it.
I know it.
I know it. I just don't want to say.
I want to say paths.
Excuse me.
Fair enough.
Stop.
There's a cute sneeze. Mine are like loud, dude. It's just like. Oh, you'll know. You'll know when it happens.
I found the one. The one that I was thinking about. But what's the other one? Seriously, this card does not exist, I don't think. 'Cause I'm
It's
looking
not a
for it.
card.
I mean, Pygmalion already gave one away,
find-
but
Oh!
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta play this in chat. Hold on.
Something a burglar would
Okay, I
not
see
want
what
to
you mean
see
now,
when he
Christian.
breaks into a house. Right.
Naked Grandma!
Naked, huh?
I felt like what you saw, I was like, oh, of course I don't know this card.
That's awful. Why would they do that?
why would they do that?
I'm looking at both the cards, and it's just
You're
like,
showing naked grandma.
Why would they make a copy of it, put it in purple, and then just make it better? Because they do that with a lot of cards.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully that wasn't too loud.
Why would they make naked grandma?
That's it's unfortunately been like like just how it works. If it's a card, it exists. Eventually, purple will get the better version of it.
Just type Death Shield. No, I can't make 2 words.
Just type shield.
Get half
you-
the cards in green.
That narrows
Yeah.
it down.
Well, you can filter by unit and action.
It's true.
It's true.
You can narrow it down.
Still have
Well,
to
this
use
is taking too long. No one in the chat's getting the name. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's Richard Aiken.
yeah.
Oh, Clay
4
Aiken,
MP.
dude.
2/6.
Richard.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I was like, I remember fighting a bot, and I was like, they use some card that fucking does that.
Yeah.
No, he's like, no, they're gonna give him a shield. Don't do it.
Pygmalion answered that one. Yeah, but
I guess I can
yeah,
just
the one I was thinking of was Mafia.
Oh yeah.
I can either ask another question or I could just throw up the room now. What do we want to
You
do?
should probably just throw up the room because people
Yeah.
don't seem too active to answer.
I was gonna say we don't have our usual. I mean, we got Pygmalion. He's up in those viewer matches, but our usual boys.
I'm trying to decide what deck I should do for the viewer matches.
You said you were gonna play dungeon.
All right,
No,
I
I meant not gonna play Dungeon. Not
Have
play
a sh-
dungeon.
Stream is up with the room code and all
Oh.
that stuff.
Oh, I know what I could do. Never mind. I have an idea.
I guess I should link it.
Also, Thirsty's going first.
He set himself up so quickly. He was like, "Fuck this." Mega Man powered up. Dude, he's gonna play Mega Man.
Oh, I didn't change the go live. Does that still say that in the
Y'all-
category?
You got that Mega Man?
I'm gonna build a
live.
deck that you guys have never seen before.
Wow.
Okay.
And
Green
play it
deck.
on stream. I don't know about that.
You're drinking winner. That's totally fine.
I can't imagine drinking and playing Teppen.
Yep. Don't drink and play Teppen, guys.
It was. It created a fun clip, though. We'll say that.
Don't let friends. Yeah.
BBQ sauce. Who's BBQ sauce again?
That is Gucci.
Okay.
Gucci sweatpants.
Sauce.
Not pig is the
Gucci.
important part.
Gucci sweatpants actually won our Easter tournament, where we had like 4
Oh
people
yeah, I
play.
heard about that.
Yep.
Easter boys.
Easter. That was yesterday.
Easter, I don't know. It feels like every like holidays come on like full halt with the whole Corona thing.
Yeah, there was like barely any traffic yesterday when I was driving with my brothers.
Oh, we got.
Pretty
Oh
interesting.
shit, this deck, dude.
Oh.
This is a deck I kind of wanted to talk about before. I found out about this like
Bomb, right?
yeah, like 15 minutes before we went live, or before I ended the stream, dude. Thirsty fucking played me in a mirror with it. Apparently, this deck got to number 6. Some Japanese player.
That's cool.
It's PB
Shielding
dive
the
bomb,
feline
but doesn't
enough,
really
yeah.
abuse as much flight.
No, I think you should have shielded the iris there.
I was definitely expecting him to shield the iris.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
Not
Oh,
that
we got got
Here
gates.
come the legs. Yep. So that's gonna hurt for the tune of 8 damage. Or no, I guess it didn't pierce. Right. That's a good point. With combo.
It's a run. That quick? What happened?
Oh no. I don't know what happened there. Ran out of units maybe.
Bricked.
Alright,
Oh
then.
no.
Yeah.
You do best of 3. Right.
Oh, why is the chat showing up there?
Yeah, just do another match.
Yo, fucking nerd. Got that fucking skin condition on his chest, dude. Looks like he's got a bad rash.
Bricked? Oh no.
Yeah, just ran out of units.
Dude, he copied the. Dude, he took. I was. Someone showed me the deck, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna type this in. I'm gonna make this deck, and apparently Thirsty made it at the same time.
Oh, I just copied it as soon as you had it up there. I was like, this looks fun. Oh, okay. Not 2 out of 3. Okay.
Oh, just left.
All right. Well,
Okay.
then I will let Iowa take over.
Alright.
No.
Dope.
What?
As
Host.
soon as I finish building this deck, we can go.
59 degrees in Pasadena. Wow.
It's crazy. Oh, I was
Alright.
not live yet.
Yeah, I also don't like my deck now that I'm looking at it. But I will
I'm
promise you that
excited. Oh.
But
you
I've
have
never seen it before.
never seen it before.
In the meantime, we will watch this person play.
Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Monster Hunter. That's related. Look how related it is.
Just
Isn't that oh
Beetlejuice,
creatures
dude.
that's the one? Yeah, Beetlejuice.
His streamer name is Beetlejuice.
Oh no, they're
No,
playing
no,
Monster Hunter World.
Beetlejuice
Oh.
or Beetlejuice, whatever, however you say it.
Oh. Basil geese.
Basil Keys.
Bagel juice.
Bagel juice. Yeah.
the reason why Mallet versus Pig was a 1-0 was because Pig was playing a degenerate deck, which counts as 2 matches.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a horn. Oh god. This game's too obnoxious. I can't handle it. Iowa, quick.
Wait, what's going on?
I'm not sure how Monster Hunter got so popular because I don't know. I tried the demo and it was like really frustrating.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Then again, I don't really have enough patience for games like Dark Souls that require so much commitment to attacks.
Well, I do enjoy Dark Souls, but I'm not like a big Souls guy.
Alright.
This-
Well,
I
It's
love
just
Monster
like-
Hunter.
I don't know.
It's definitely a different game. Like there's
It's clunky.
can't-
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the stream started, but I'm gonna mute myself in this call.
Sure. I
Yeah.
I played PSO2 before Monster Hunter World, so I feel like I got spoiled a little bit. PSO2 is just
Awesome.
like, there's not much commitment to your attacks, a lot faster. For better or for worse,
I mean, it's extremely popular, so
For sure.
I must be doing something wrong. But it's definitely not my thing. Commitment
And
planning.
cats, dude.
I'm terrible at both of those things.
It's like Mega Man, but only the boss fight. Fuck me. Commitment and plan. I'm
Yeah.
terrible at both those things, dude.
These are much longer boss fights than Mega Man.
Yeah, and there's a lot more strategy and build up and setup than
Like-
Mega Man. I
like
wouldn't compare
boss
it to
fights
Mega Man
and-
boss fights.
Yeah, like boss fights in Monster Hunter take longer than a couple years.
You could finish 2 levels of Mega Man before a boss fight in Monster Hunter.
Yeah. And maybe one match of Teppen.
Iowa, are you streaming? Or did you start the stream? I want to make sure that didn't like.
Do we have to
Send me over
refresh or
there.
something, or what?
That's still on his page.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he
It's
is.
over.
He's like, man, Mount needs to stop nagging, dude.
Oh, he's doing the Smurf account.
I meant the alerting the pattern aspect. There is some merit to that, to learning the attack pattern of enemies, but I hate, and Timo called this in the chat, I fucking hate it when you're fighting a mob and it's just like, I'm running away! That's basically when you're about to beat the purple player and they do Souls Return.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't want to
Yeah,
lose
chase
yet.
them. Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'm running away.
So, do people see the room code?
It better. What bosses are busted? Add 'em to Teppen, dude. They already have Kieran. Dude, Kieran's annoying in Teppen, dude.
I don't see him much, but I think the one time I just got terrified of Kieran was when I played Lucia, and for some reason her transform counts as a different unit going into play, so she just took that damage right after transforming.
4 HP.
That was alright.
If someone doesn't jump in that room right now, I'm gonna turn the stream around.
Anyone?
All right, you know what? I'm gonna do it then.
Shit.
Thirsty's
Everyone-
gonna join?
Everyone's playing 7 Remake. They're like, can I play Cloud?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking to play 7 as soon as we're done here.
Yeah,
No,
playing,
I can't play.
doing a little bit of work and then playing some Mega Man. Oh god. Oh god, this is gonna be embarrassing.
Let's see. Dire armor against spike
Oh
dive bomb.
shit, dude. The role reversal of the century, dude. Or I mean, kind of.
This will end well. Wow.
That's certainly a deck
Why
I've never
did-
seen before.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
When did they add Gaia armor to this game?
Oh, dude, it's
Brand new. They decided instead of making a new X skin, they would make a new X art. Oh boy.
oh boy.
Flight, huh?
Here it comes.
Flight, huh?
Yeah, it's actually helpful that we've already seen Thirsty's deck in action, or at least what's the guy's name? I forget what his.
Ooh, layer's
Japanese-
really nice here. He's doing the fucking Jaggers nonsense.
Go. Get your 6 MP.
I don't know if it even matters.
But it does.
Let's see. No. Alright,
God.
figured that would happen. So it's not enough memory, so it's only doing 1 damage with the horn. And, yeah, E-Strike is a waste. If only he had Gaia armor before that Murder Spike.
He's got it now.
Still choosing the block. Other
Oh god,
lanes.
dude, the Antinoras are gonna be like a
It's
anxiety
not
right
gonna end
now.
well. Just Gaia armor for the hell of it. And,
Wow, it chose Iris for both those hits.
yeah. The Cold Fusion, that's what that card is, right?
Oh, bricked.
Yeah, there's fucking.
That's it. Ascension Ceremony needs a target. Oh, dude, the hand is a palindrome, same forwards and backwards.
Right.
Yeah, it was interesting to see PB Dive Bomb not with a flight focus. It has some flight units, but the 3 Pyrobats are the only ones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that Jaggers, once it gets out of control, it's really hard to slow down.
There's only one in the deck.
Really?
Yep. And they were saying the guy got to number 6 with it, so I'm like, all right, it must be working.
Yeah, the dive bomb strategy is pretty solid.
It just doesn't seem like anything
It's-
terribly like.
It's just the same, you know. You're just rushing down and doing a ton of damage quick to deal with decks that have to build up and take time to do stuff. And if they don't have like bounces or destroys, then they kind of have to hold that.
Interesting thing about it is that it has like the bare minimum amount of like revenge units. It only has 3 zombies and then spreading infection
Yeah.
and Sigma, of course.
Yeah.
So
The deck's not really meant to go long, even though it does have Sigma. It's supposed to win pretty early on.
yeah,
Like if it goes too long, then it probably loses. And it's hard to keep up for most decks. I think like the only thing that could keep up, you know, maybe red, maybe, you
Mhm.
know, just revenge decks in general.
yeah, it just doesn't seem like it
Green.
has that much compared to its red counterpart. Like I would rather run red, but I might have been missing something.
This does make more sense at times, just because with purple you get better tech choices.
No, he's eating Iris. Or wait, other way around. Yeah, I eat Rezo X for breakfast, dude.
An interesting idea, but I mean he has dive bomb, so I don't know if Gaia Armor is going to do anything about the fact that dive bomb can do a shit ton of damage. Right?
Damn,
and there's no
son.
shield to deal with this. So, yep, it's dive bomb for you.
Gonna need those shields. Need those
No
shields on my
shields.
desk by like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Poor X. So even with the mana ramp, X can't really keep up and keep his units alive in time.
Not when there are units that cost 2 MP.
There's a shield. Strike will kill the zombie up top.
Shield. Oh. Dead.
But SH Reborn is very fair.
Very
Um,
fair.
What's up, Kyle?
There's Kyle P. Kyle P could jump in, dude. Go fight. Just kidding.
Pretty straightforward.
Kyle P, if you want to hop into that. It's, yeah, guy armor is it's a rough life. So I did spend a day trying really hard to make guy armor work again, and there's just too much viable stuff that doesn't target right now. That's
Yeah.
Weird.
already
Yo.
being run to not tech.
Yeah, you were still muted, Iowa.
Yeah. So I saw Winter on Saturn wanted a veer match.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we're playing.
Right.
All right, I'll see you guys. I'm gonna deafen myself and mute.
Cool.
Deafen and mute.
Oh, Winter one. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, this deck is really fun. There's so many like cool things to actually dive bomb that have different effects, right? Like between dive bombing the Clypoth roots or
But yeah,
Hell
again,
into Nora.
we do this every Monday.
Hell into Nora feels a little risky though, just because, man, sometimes that damage does not go where you want it to.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it can sometimes go to the same unit.
Well, this is going to be interesting. So Genesis is mostly target-based action deck, and Gaia Armor obviously counters that.
He has the typical X hand. 60% shield.
Yeah, it's enough shields to last a bit.
I can't wait to eat this cat.
Damn.
See, it could have been
I feel like-
hilarious if Fusion became more of a popular thing. Could have memed on it so hard.
I wish it was like 3 or maybe 4. Oh, 3, I think.
More shield.
Would be fair.
I like how eventually he was like, "All right, that's enough shields." He fucking negated it.
So we. Oh well. So this is purple, Jill.
2 shields, that's fine. 3.
Interesting choice by Iowa to spend 3 wall jumps on the Iris there instead of waiting for the detonate to be used.
I don't think he's just. Oh, he's trying to like. He's probably trying to chew up cards to get the AP and get Gaia armor going.
Yeah, but these detonates are going off for sure. So I think he has to do Ascension, but the problem is Ascension's going to get denied by the second negate. So
1 MP. I think he's fine.
Now he can get it off him.
well, here comes another negate, or not negate, detonate.
You got a
On
flying
the-
cat.
But that's the bait, right? Because Ascension Ceremony is going to give them 7. Or no, 6. I thought it was 3-7.
It's
3/6.
3/6.
Well, they're both dead then.
He just wants to get the cat going. Get some unit on there that
Sure.
Put
But
layer
honestly,
down. Eat cat.
So Gaia Armor, as long as it's on one target, kind of makes sense because, you know, can't detonate that anymore. But it does have Claire.
and I guarantee a second Claire's coming.
Oh my god, Oro.
I mean, that layer's pretty much dead. I think, oh jeez.
Quick, eat the cat.
It's a good Oro.
Oh, dude.
He's gonna eat the cat.
Didn't get enough for Ceremony, it has enough for Fusion. Oh wow, he's trying to blow up the cat. with the
It's not gonna
shield.
work though. It's got the shield.
Whoa,
Hmm.
dude.
Opting to
Did it.
Okay.
And the stats went
that's
to the right
weird.
cat.
Dude, this deck is dope, dude.
That's funny. It went to the
Cannibal
right
deck,
target.
dude.
Now what? So if he plays Iris up top and then Gaia Armor, I think he has a good chance.
Oof, he doesn't have
Decide to
enough for
block
the.
the Oro instead. I don't know about that one. It's a risk.
Oh, that's a spicy meatball right
Oof.
there.
Yeah, it's a good seeds.
Does he get the bonus on it? Ooh, he does.
He gets it on the second one. Yeah.
Double seed on the feline.
All right,
okay.
he's gonna have to. This is gonna hurt. All right, my friend.
10 combo damage.
And
totally
he's-
fine.
He is in the funny position where Shadowhorn is now in a weaker spot, but no.
Good block with the feline here, but it will die.
Yeah, the
I think we actually won, yeah.
against Genesis, that guy armor really does work in terms of denying using your pocket. Like if everything's veiled up, man, that pocket ain't doing nothing.
I think Winter just ran into the unfortunate situation of taking the bait for that Ascension ceremony. Getting that cat in the air
like
was pretty
attention
big.
on this one unit actually ended up winning the game. And along with Gaia Armor on one unit.
How many units are in this damn deck?
I think it's just mana ramp units. Oh no,
Yeah.
he has one. He has X, right? He put that Resonate X down.
Did he? Oh yeah, he does have that.
Go search.
Ooh, directly into Oro. The funny thing is, the mana ramp units are pretty good for just ticking down Oro, especially with shield.
Right.
He was definitely about ready to eat that cat if that continued.
Eat that girl.
Oh, he's gonna do
Shielding
it
cat
anyways.
Oh
instead
no.
of Iris.
Eat that
Iris
cat.
is probably down.
Good.
Would you like to go for the buff on Iris?
Just to keep the more mana gain, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Spend a lot of mana to get this out.
We can do double horn here, assuming this Jill doesn't have negate.
Okay, I'm
I see
driving
a
back
cat.
into FF7. See you later. See ya, Kyle. Thanks for tuning in.
I'll be there soon too, Kyle. Enjoy.
Yeah, I finally actually stopped streaming FF7 and realized I need to play it on the big TV.
Nice.
Are you gonna run it offline now?
So
Yeah.
Trish is interesting because this won't. I'm assuming he. Oh wow, he doesn't have any actions. Never mind.
Oh,
this
that's,
does
that's
so
a
much
rough
more
hand
sense.
if he's playing Raw Nash.
Playing Trish without actions
I
is
was
a little weird.
he's popping off.
Oh no, he ate.
X
nothing.
ate the cat.
The
Oh,
abyss ate
no.
the cat.
Oh, that's so greedy. Why not seeds?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna throw seeds onto. Yeah, that's
Could
unfortunate.
have just did double seeds.
If he just seeded Iris, it would have been good. She would have survived.
Oh, there was one explorer.
Yo, he was ready. He's like, I'm gonna fucking blow this cat up.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that Ascension ceremony might be a little extraneous. I don't think if you need 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean it's an old idea from Kokosho with mana ramp.
I hated it there too.
Guy Armor's a little bit of a different idea though.
I'm surprised he just doesn't have like a Felicia in here.
It's a rough hand.
Alicia would do okay here, but I think it's more about getting as much mana as possible.
You got the 2.
Felicia's just too slow.
Reborn cat. God, dude, that must be a terrible hand. All the raw Nashes you can ask for.
No.
Yeah, I don't really know what Winter's trying to go for here. There's only been one explore so far. So is he just playing
Oh, and a
Hellbat and nothing else?
Well, he's got Guile in here too. Definitely going.
Oh
for
yeah,
those
yeah,
detonates.
Guile, that's right. Guile got the detonator.
This is very bad.
Chooses to do Gaia armor now. I probably would have waited for the feline to die, but this is probably fine too.
Well, it doesn't matter too much, right? Because the stats are going to get reset no matter what to 3/6.
Yeah. The Ascension Ceremony brings everything to 3/6. So there's
Yikes.
no need to wait. And it
That looked
doesn't
like a really
reset
bad
their
hand for the
line,
Jill.
Right? Yeah,
That
it doesn't
was-
reset the line.
Winter looked like he
It's
had a
pretty
really bad
rough.
hand.
Yeah.
That was rough.
Free
I will win.
stuff. Pog, dude.
I mean, that's kind of hard for, a Jill.
Be going a bonus round.
targeting. If Winter was running something like Ultimate Weapon instead, then Gaia Armor wouldn't have mattered. But
Yeah, when I saw red purple, I was kind of like, Ultimate Weapon, all right. Even though
Yeah,
the
no,
matchup against green is even worse. The
Ultimate
shield problem
Weapon
is
with,
like.
with Reploids, it's really stupid.
Oh yeah, there was Izzy was doing ultimate weapon climbing, and then I made a purple ultimate weapon, purple red deck, and played him.
Yeah.
And it was dumb. I just kept having ultimate weapons.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
it's great and all, but this is just cheap fucking.
Opener Super
no.
Jill.
Super Jill in bicolor decks is fucking scary, dude.
I think he switched decks.
Oh.
Check the AP.
Is he gonna go for the 50-50?
Eat the cat, eat the cat, eat the cat.
Eat the cat.
Eat the cat. Oh.
Well, then he'll just
Greedy. Should have ate the damn cat.
What does he do here?
Oof.
Okay. Oh wow.
Oh.
Ouch.
It's the worst feeling when
God,
you're
I
about
love-
to get some
I
good
love action
value.
phases when you try to kill the bat. They always have like 3 Bushin Ryus. Like right before the bat's about to die. Let me just explore 5 more times before you kill
Are you
it.
calling me out?
I'm calling every Jill player out because they always have that shit. Doesn't make any sense.
How dare they have that?
Ouch. Super Jill.
Dude, she's run away from dogs, dude. She's invincible. She's basically freaking god at this point.
Straight up player.
It's time to put layer
Yeah,
down and
I'm
then fucking eat Irish.
No, I don't really deal with that. The irony here is that Iowa is losing to a unit with Veil on.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's time to eat. Oh shit, dude.
or Veil. Yeah, it's not going to do anything for you. He has no way to block the bottom. At all.
Oh, he's gonna kill himself.
He has to do something. Oh. Isn't that just...
No. Oh, it made room for the cat.
I guess...
He's
We're
got
using
this
our
under
Iris.
control.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to keep the mana and the.
Wow.
Gonna have to have him eat fucking.
Eat the cat. You already lost. Oh, he's gonna eat the iris to keep the cat alive.
The fusion, dude, is so nutty.
Why didn't he... Gaia armor?
He's saving it, dude.
He,
There it is.
Oh, Jesus.
Void came back to see this, dude.
Oh. Well, now he does it.
Oh.
Yeah, so Gyron would have prevented that awkward situation, but even still, it was just... I mean, opener Super Jill for any Jill deck is pretty dumb. Yep.
It's not that easy.
you put Jill
Just draw
down.
your legendaries and you win the game.
You put down some of that explosive.
Damn, son.
It's kind of funny though, like with most hero arts and their mechanics, usually you can synergize by adding more of that, right? Like add more memories to build up Rakoha, add more growth for growth. If you add more Veil to Gaia armor, you're just wasting Gaia armor.
More Veil, please.
Yeah, I don't know why you would do
I gotta get that. That's the
so-
sound clip I gotta do. Is that's it.
2 more.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna eat this cat.
Is that it?
That might be it. Whoa, we got squeaky chairs. We got viewer
Sorry.
matches. We got. It's alright.
My chair is hella squeaky. I don't know. It's been taking a beating. I definitely need a new chair. I need a legit gamer chair.
You just give him one of these.
I have the legit gamer chair. I kind of just wish I bought a regular chair.
Stream.
Yeah, I need one. Because this old office chair is very old.
Okay, I'm back.
You did it, dude.
Alright.
You ate everything.
It
Confusion, dude.
seemed to do alright.
I wish we could have done a little bit better, but those are some good games.
Oh boy.
You did not change my opinion on Gaia armor. For better or for worse.
I mean, yeah.
It was still fun.
I thought it was fun. Yeah.
Oh no, I love Fusion. It's my favorite thing. I wish it was cheaper. I don't know why it's so expensive for something that's so easily counterable and
Bad.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
could play a fuck of Valstrax for that cost. Oh my god.
Oh, I got a DM.
It's just too high a risk of an investment for compared to like other things in the game where you kill your own unit to get something out of it. It's just mad expensive.
For sure. Is there anything else that I missed before we head out?
I think we covered all the bases, but
Oh shoot, I rated and we're already ending. Shoot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was
yeah, we're at the end.
viewer matches are kind of like anchor
There.
end of the stream. I
Yep.
think.
Nah, you right.
Is that? Are you
In
gonna
about
stream
2
after
hours.
this?
Me? No.
Oh,
No.
you're fine. You good? Is
Okay,
anyone else
okay, anyway.
streaming? Or are we alone?
I think Thirsty said he's gonna do Mega Man.
Yeah, I'll be doing that afterwards, but in terms of TEPPEN, I don't know if anyone's doing anything.
I'll be playing more FF7 and crying.
Yeah, crying. Oh,
FF7 and crying.
it's like
Oh, Void
Netflix and
deleted the
chill.
game? Yeah,
Remake and cry.
I didn't know you deleted the game, Void.
Yeah, I was definitely planning on doing some TEPPEN after this, but that Nerg versus Exodia Hunters X match broke my spirit.
No, Thirsty, you have to. Just kidding. No, we don't have to. Make Void stream. Stream
okay.
Void.
I might stream
Entertain
tomorrow, we'll see.
streamers.
I need to get back in the swing of it, and get some ideas ready for the event Saturday.
That too.
Actually
Yeah.
prepare.
Not stream that stuff.
Don't stream it.
It's probably a good idea.
No,
not
you
stream.
should. I will not, but let me know. I will definitely study that VOD in detail.
Ooh, missed the jury or Valstrax meme in the deck, dude. I see. I was
Damn.
going for some scuzzy stuff.
You guys are savages, just like me. Love it. I love savages.
Savagery. All right. So then, I guess that's it. We'll be back next week with maybe we'll have the T's balance change details. Not details, but they'll have the list. It follows
Oh, boy.
the timetable. We'll have the list of cards to be changed, but nothing about them.
Sure.
We're gonna just get an announcement. We will be changing stuff.
We're changing
talk an hour.
Valstrax. We're changing Quetzal again, and it'll be like, wow.
Nobody play Hoitzel, which is surprising. The card is good.
It's still pretty good.
He's still good. It's just
That's solid.
really big investment, difficult to get to,
Yeah.
and loses
Doesn't
to a
need
lot
to-
of things pretty easy now.
Valstrax will get -1 HP, dude. Sounds great, dude. Even if it was 2/3 flying, well,
Mm.
Still be really good.
It goes down, you just put a Laggy Cruise down, and it's like dead. Give him auto heal. Oh no, okay, we're done. Stream over, dude.
Cannot wait to see the power crept Valstrex card.
It's 3/6.
And it'll be a purple card.
Oh man. Hey, they already got Bolvark. They need to shut the hell up. Green got Nero. They're just like fight me.
Yeah, but Nero's not that great. in mono.
What, Explore Nero? I think he's pretty fucking sweet.
No, he's great with Jill.
Oh.
It's not. Yeah, not having antibodies makes him whatever.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a fucking big flex though when you can do that with red green Jill.
That's the thing. Loved making red green X explore decks, and then just never dawned on me. It's like, why am I doing this with X? Just switch it to Jill, and it's infinitely better.
Much better. Although I don't know. There's some moments where I feel like if Nero's the only thing on the board, I wish I could heart tank instead of fucking shield up because the shield's just taken out so quickly.
Yeah, but what is that shield taken out by, right? Is it
Fucking
than-
an idle fart from 0 and then it's gone, dude. Then it's like I'm gonna slam the board and we're gonna regret you even lived.
It's not that much different from the 7 HP from Heart Tank,
It's not too much different now, but
because you also get outpaced for your AP being higher cost than Zero's Rakoha. That 3 AP makes a huge difference.
it does. It does. Anyway, any last comments before we sign off? Since no one is streaming TEPPEN, they're not gonna get these 31 viewers we have.
Someone was streaming it and then they weren't.
They got fucking scared, dude.
I don't know. I didn't recognize their name. They were doing like an ad or something. I don't know.
Oh.
It was Iowa streaming the podcast match.
No, there was someone and they had like 100 viewers. Didn't recognize the
Wow.
name though. It was like only for half an hour or so.
Could we raid CJ Damoka? He's playing Sekiro.
Oh man.
Oh,
CJ
sure.
Damoka. I did this right.
All right.
Yeah, I try to avoid raiding people that are playing Final Fantasy VII because I think like some people on Twitch don't want to watch it because they want to like wait or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
wanted
definitely
to
gonna
go.
be watching it more than playing it. Or I'm sorry, other way
Most
around.
of the
Playing it more than
streamers-
watching it.
Yeah, most of the people I'm watching streaming are behind where I am though, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Buff
I
Jake,
definitely know people are above me. Why is Jake not a 5 cost? That's so stupid.
Because goddamn it, Jake, dude.
Oh, Jake.
But yeah, good games, Thirsty, and good games, Winter.
Yeah. I was
Hi,
very happy to
folks.
hit you with ceasefire.
See you
Oh yeah,
guys
it made me
later.
sad.
Already saw the ending from K-Brad's stream. Oh, that would piss me off. I mean, I guess if you didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I think only K-Brad and Caleb are the only ones that have finished it on my feed. And I've avoided the ending on both of those.
Excellent.
Max is very behind, and
He's enjoying the game.
Yeah,
I had
just
to, I had to
like
fucking
everything.
mute Zenrado because he was tweeting about it.
that's funny.
About the
I-
the
I
ending,
haven't-
and it's like, dude, shut the